Hello people, welcome back to the channel. I want to believe you are doing good. I am doing amazing. Happy New Year to you. In this video, I'll be sharing with you how I got an appointment for the renewal of my Nigerian passport in Italy and how much I spent in order to get my Nigerian passport renewed. If this sounds like something you're interested in, please keep watching. You should know that this video is divided in chapters, so check the description for timestamps that will help you easily navigate within this video. So where do I begin? From the beginning, I guess. So it all started in 2019. I was amped up to go to Roma. I'd already started planning, checking for accommodation, transportation, like everything we needed in place in order for us to vacation in Roma in 2020. So my plan was have everything in place, like have all the necessary information. So by 2020, I and my family would vacation in Rome. Then I would use that opportunity to go to the embassy to get information on how my Nigerian passport can be renewed. If possible, I would start renewing or start the process that same time. Unfortunately, my plans was flushed down the toilet, and this was very disappointing to me. It was even more sad because I had no control over the situation. There was a lockdown, COVID was roaming the streets, and there was no way I could move, considering that everything was shut down. It was a terrible time. It was not easy. Psychologically, I suffered a lot seeing my friends die, not one, not two, not three, not four. It was really hard. And one of the reasons why I wanted to get this Nigerian passport fixed I didn't even mention. My Nigerian passport was to expire September of 2021. So I started planning a year and a half earlier, that's in 2019, and it might come off as crazy to you, but people, I have my reasons. One, I don't like being stressed. I don't like doing things when it's close to the deadline. This puts me on stress. This makes me panic, and when I'm on panic mode, I am a disaster. I don't make the best of decisions when I am on panic mode. And another reason why I did not want to wait before I started processing this Nigerian passport is because, how do I say this without sounding like a sellout? It's because it involves Nigeria. It's sad to say, but I just had this feeling that it is very easy for things to go left if left unchecked, because I know myself, I know where I'm coming from, and I know how our people handle things. So I just wanted to be on point, but as you know, COVID did not permit us to do nothing. And yeah, I waited. I cancelled all my plans. I started waiting till 2021. People, at this point, my panic level was going off the roof. January, I decided to start doing something. I had to contact my lawyer in Nigeria to get me some documents. At the end of the day, I did not use these documents because they were not needed. And yeah, I thought I needed these documents because of a video I saw that had me believe that I needed this document in order to get my Nigerian passport renewed. Unfortunately, that was not the case. But at the time, I did not know, so I paid this lawyer. He was working on the documents. I was waiting to see if the lockdown would be over. Nothing was happening. So I decided to go to Rome. I spoke to my husband and was like, it's not smart. Why not write the Nigerian embassy Rome? And I did. I wrote them the first time. They didn't reply. The second time, they didn't reply. So I just went on to do the registration anyhow. I did the registration. Everything was successful. I made the payment and I was excited to move on to the next stage, of course. So I went onto the booking website. Now I did registration on the 6th of May. And I went on to do for the booking. And when I got there, they said registration or booking does not start until June. I was disappointed, but I was relaxed because it's the next month. It can work, right? So I just chilled and was waiting. Like June, things will work. June, things will work. People, it was the 1st of June. I woke up from my bed, stretched. I was super excited, laughing, and everybody around me knew that this person is happy today. Why did I get on my computer and the message is changed? Booking does not start until November. November, as in November. At this point, I went off. Like, I got really uneasy. I started panicking. Like, I became very anxious. I started checking on the internet, forums, websites, like asking questions, YouTube, and there was nothing to help me. But eventually, I found a number that belongs to one of the representatives of an association of Nigerians that is based in Milan, and I spoke to this man. This man confirmed everything I already knew at the time, and he said if I had called him earlier, he would have advised me to go to Switzerland to get it done. And at this point, I became even more worried, because if this person that is in an organization that should have first-hand information on how things go is telling me to go to Switzerland, that means the Italian embassy in Rome is messed up. So I shouldn't be expecting anything grand. At this point, I was literally shaking in my boots. Then I said, okay, let me call these people. I went online to check for their phone number, and while I was checking, I found Google rating for the Nigerian Embassy Rome. Hey, people, what I saw, I could not believe. I was disappointed, because how is it possible that a Nigerian embassy has 2.3, between 2.3 or 2.6 stars? It was very, very discouraging, and everybody was complaining. I said, God, what will happen? If everybody's complaining, what's the possibility that my situation will be different? Hey. At this point, I just took a leap of faith and called the Nigerian embassy. I called them day 1, they didn't pick. Day 2, they didn't pick. Day 3, they didn't pick. Day 4, I decided to go Nigerian on them. I started calling as a loop. I did not wait for the phone to go off before I called again. It was just like ring. And someone eventually picked. And I spoke to this man that told me the exact same thing I knew. But at the end of his explanation, he said he can help me. So he gave me his number. I added him on WhatsApp. I messaged him, and that was where he broke down everything to me and asked me to pay 120 euros for him to help me. So I was like, all right, no problem, I'll get back to you. So I went on the Nigerian embassy's website for booking to check for available dates again, because if this man is saying he can help me, that means there's a possibility that you can get this thing done on the booking. Maybe I did not check very well. So I checked dates from June to November. There was no available date. I clicked all of the dates there. Nothing. I went back. I searched, talked to people. Everybody is saying you can't do it. And this man is saying I can do it, but I'll have to pay him. So I thought, okay, let me pay this man. I then had to call the Nigerian embassy again, because I didn't want to fall prey to anybody's tricks. So we called the embassy and we asked for this man, and asked for, we described him as Mr. A in Department B, and the person that picked this time said Mr. A is not in Department B, is in Department C, confirming what I already knew about this man. So at this point, I was sure that he's not a scam. So I paid the money. Once I paid the money, later in the evening, he confirmed the money, and the next thing I was hearing was, when are you available to come? At this point, I was short of words because of the speed at which this thing is coming at me. I went back on the website to check for dates. If something has changed, maybe the man did magic, I don't understand. But nothing was still happening. So I chose a date and we all agreed on this date. On the day we were supposed to go, have the appointment on the 29th of July, which was on a Monday in 2021. This man called on the 26th and said, evening to be precise, that a circular was shared in the office and they said there'll be a public holiday on the 29th when I was supposed to be there to do my booking. So we could not, the appointment got cancelled. I got really frustrated and angry because changing things is expensive for myself and my family because we need to change tickets, which means paying more. I need to change accommodation and all of those things. We need to move all our appointments we had to fit this new schedule. As a result, we spent more. We changed to the next day. So by the 29th, I and my husband was already in Rome. So on the 30th, we went for the appointment. We got there early. We met with the man I gave money to. While we sat outside, we were talking and I was asking, when is my passport going to be out? This man said it will be out. Gave a certain time, which was not too bad, but considering the kind of person I am, it was bad. But I just chose to work with the dates in hopes that everything will be good. But I think the man was smart enough to notice that I needed my passport ASAP. So he ended up saying, but you can get it in a week. And I was like, how is this going to happen? And he said, you have to pay 200 euros. At this point, there was an instant disconnection between my brains and my eyes because my eyes started rolling uncontrollably. I just could not hold myself. I just could not bring myself to stop my eyes from showing how angry I was. You already had 120 euros. Now you want to collect 200 euros. And yeah, in my own head, I didn't want to give him that money because I was like this. Okay, I was like this. I was talking to him. My husband was on my back. And out of the blues, my husband said, we can get it fixed. We can do it. And my husband gave him 200 euros. At this point, I was like, what was that about? And he gave an explanation that made sense to me. Considering my health history, it is best I stay put at home and do not do anything that will have me moving here and there. Also, we don't know if there was going to be another lockdown, so it's best I have my passport at hand to do the necessary things I needed to do on time because they were already threatening again that there was going to be another lockdown. So we just have to play smart in what we were doing. So my husband paid. I went inside, I did my capturing, and I went home. Before I go into my thoughts about this whole thing, let me share with you how much I spent in order to get my Nigerian passport renewed. For the passport payments, which is something you should do, like the registration fee is like $106, which I converted to 100 euros. Administration fee is 30 euros. You pay for this in the Nigerian embassy and you get a receipt for it. For transportation, we spent 500 euros, I and my husband, including changing of tickets twice. Then for the document I got from Nigeria, I got 150 euros. For accommodation, 70 euros. Food, 100 euros. Agent, the man that works in the Nigerian embassy, 320 euros. And this makes a total of 1,270 euros. There is a particular 25 euros that came to play later, but let me just add it here. 1,295 euros minus my husband's expenses. I spent 945 euros to get my Nigerian passport renewed in Italy. People, this is sad. Like, I did not foresee myself spending this much. I was thinking and hoping that everything would go. It's truly sad. It's truly sad. Because as a Nigerian, I shouldn't have paid this much. Nigerians are not the richest people in Italy. We have to do extra. I see what brothers are doing. I see what sisters are doing. I see how my husband breaks his back to put food on the table, and we'll gather all this 1 naira and 2 naira. They'll carry it and go and give somebody to do Nigerian passport for us. It cannot work. It does not make sense. And because I want to blame somebody, I'm just going to go ahead to blame the Nigerian embassy, Rome, for these inconveniences that they have brought our way. You are there to serve us. You are a representative of Nigeria in Italy. We need help. This is somewhere we should run to. We need assistance. This is somewhere we should run to. We get into trouble with the Italian government. This is somewhere we should run to. Well, how can you even help us if common email you cannot reply? If you cannot pick your call without someone like bombarding your phones with calls, you have just one phone number. Okay, this one phone number, it is not for decoration. If people call you, I beg, pick. I see no reason why people that are there to help us are being called, and aid is not like, at least it's someone that picked the call that will know that you need help. If they don't pick the call, you are your own. You are your own. And this is very, very dangerous. When I went to the Nigerian embassy, I saw in the reception, I think they're in charge of picking the calls, and there are 3 people there, 3 good people, 3 people. Another thing I think they should put in place is a good customer care service. There are lots of Nigerians in Italy, and you know it. There are a lot of able-minded, able-bodied, intellectually ready Nigerians in Italy looking for the next stone to be or make a break. You can get these people to work for you. They can work from home. There's something called freelancing. They can answer emails on your behalf. Get third-party people to answer emails, to answer calls. It is very, very important. This communication thing is something that people overlook. But without communication, thank God for the phone, thank God for the emails that we can do these days. Without this communication, everything is blocked. People, do you know how many people must have died or have gotten in bad situations because they tried calling the Nigerian embassy and there was no help sent, or they could not even get across? That phone is not for decoration. If you feel like you cannot handle the phone thing, disconnect it. Let's know that Nigerian's embassy in Rome does not have phone, because the phone is not for decoration. I feel like people that are not responsible for picking the call should not pick the call. It is not in their place to pick the call. This is why you have to be very, very strict with how you get things done. You don't do things anyhow. You don't do things anyhow. You can't just do things anyhow and expect things to fall in place. It's not possible. It's not possible. Secondly, the website where the Nigerian embassy has told me or told all of us to go to do our booking is not available for booking. I hear, una move the time, una shift the date. Good, but why was it that when I called the Nigerian embassy, I was able to get someone to pay to get me booking? And it worked, because nobody in the Nigerian embassy even asked me for a booking date. Nobody asked me for booking date. They just went on to with my document and did what they needed to do. Nobody asked anybody, none of us there brought our booking date. You go there and you get it fixed. I think what was happening at that period when the lockdown was newly over was that you can go there to do your booking without having an appointment date. And yeah, it makes sense, but why didn't you let this known to us? Why didn't you make the information available? Well, I know that it can cause chaos and overpopulation in the Nigerian embassy if you put it on your website, but there's a way to regulate it. You can regulate it, you can make it work. I'm not to tell you how to do your job. But no, we have to call, we have to beg, we have to act like people that are helpless, because we are helpless. As a result, we get people who extort us and have us pay them money to do things that should be free. And you might be like, what does the Nigerian embassy have to do with you paying this much for transportation? As you can tell, we paid a lot on transportation. And yeah, it has to do with the Nigerian embassy also. And let me explain. While I was in the Nigerian embassy, we were addressed by this man that was put together. It sounded like someone that knew what he was doing. It sounded like someone that knows his stuff. And he said something. The reason you won't get your passport as soon as you would love for it to get to you is because there are lots of Nigerians in Italy. So it takes time for us to process the demands we have on ground. And this makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. But it also points to the fact that the Nigerian embassy in Rome knows the problem. And this is a good thing. It is impossible for you to get a solution or create a solution if you are unable to identify the problem. You know the problem. Finding a solution would come very easy to you. But from what I can see, you are working with the problem instead of solving the problem. How do you solve the problem? How about we create, or you create, other stations where this booking or this capturing rather can be done in other regions or in the north? If you have 4 of these stations in Italy, it is not too much. Considering the numbers of Nigerians in Italy, you don't have all Nigerians living in Roma. People are coming from Val d'Aosta, people are coming from Lombardia, people are coming from Cagliari, people are coming from Campania, people are coming from all areas of Italy, and this will cost us money. This will cost us differently. But if you have a station where people can get this thing done that is close to them, it will help us cut costs, make this service more accessible to people, not having everybody come to Rome. This is very attainable. It is not something difficult. Let's say you want to claim it's difficult. You can get a third-party company to handle the capturing for you while you do the printing and send it to people as you are already doing. This thing can be done. There are different solutions to this problem, but the Nigerian embassy do not want to solve this problem because it favors them. So this is it. I really hope you are not going through the same. Let me know your thoughts, what you are going through, what you went through when you attempted renewing your Nigerian passports in Italy. I have other videos concerning this topic where I shared how you can register for the renewal of your Nigerian passport, the 4 stages you need to go through to get your Nigerian passport fixed. And yeah, if this sounds like something you want to see, check the description, do also like, comment. You don't have to subscribe now. If you're not feeling me, you're not feeling me. But if you like this particular content, give it a like, give it a comment. It will really help. Ciao.